On today's video, we've ranked the 7 most expensive neighborhoods in Raleigh, North Carolina. We'll be starting at number 7 and go all the way to number 1. Be sure to stay until the end where we reveal number 1. The average sales price in the number 1 neighborhood is a mind-blowing $5 million in Raleigh, North Carolina, y'all. So let's get started with the number 7 neighborhood on the list, Mordecai, where the average sales price is currently coming in at around $1,470,000. So before you jump on me in the comments, it is pronounced Mordecai. It's named after a man who settled in the area, not Mordecai, Mordecai. I can't change it. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. So where is it located? This neighborhood is located on the north side of downtown Raleigh. It's a very charming neighborhood. It has lots of historic homes on beautiful tree-lined streets. It's a very, very walkable neighborhood. And it's said to have a really strong culture and neighborly spirit. Neighbors tend to look out for each other, get the mail when neighbors are on vacation, that sort of thing. They have pig pickings and barbecues and porch fun parties and things like that. It's very, very homey, very, very nice neighborhood. So what are the home styles in this neighborhood? Well, there's a lot of teardowns, and you're gonna hear about teardowns a lot in this video. A teardown is basically when a builder or someone who owns the land themselves, they tear down the home that is sitting on that property. Maybe it's dilapidated, maybe it's not as best use of that land as it could be, and so they take a small home and tear it down and they replace it with a brand new construction home. It allows someone to own a new construction home in an area where that is typically built out and there are no available lots in the area unless you tear down a house. So homes in this area are very diverse. There's craftsman bungalows, Tudor homes, Victorian style homes, Cape Cod style homes, and many, many others. Obviously there's also new construction there. Homes are ranging between $700,000 and all the way up to $3 million in the Mordecai area. So really, really diverse price range there and diverse style of homes. Features of this area include a lot of different parks in and around. There's the Poplar Spring Park, the Halifax Center, the Oakwood Dog Park. These are all very, very nearby, very walkable from Mordecai. The prominent landmarks of this neighborhood include the Mordecai Historic Mansion. You can tour it daily. It's very, very neat. We've done this ourselves. Very, very educational to go see what the history of Raleigh is like. Also, Mordecai is extremely close to the just renovated Seaboard Station complex. There's a hotel there, shops, restaurants, really, really nice area. We go there a lot. There's a bar on the rooftop of the hotel called High Rail, and we've taken our team there a couple of times. It's really, really great view of the area and really good food and drinks. But probably the most prominent landmark in this area that most people associate with the Mordecai area is the Person Street shopping district around there. There's a ton of really cool restaurants, very well-known restaurants like Bradbury, which is one of the best restaurants in Raleigh. A super short drive from Mordecai. As well, Standard Beer and Food is there. The Wine Authorities, which is a wine shop, wine bar, is right there in the complex. Also, Two Roosters Ice Cream, which has been known to make some of the best ice cream in the Raleigh area. And of course, no list of this Person Street shopping dining district would be complete without including Scott Crawford's restaurants, Jolie and Crawford and Son. These are really, really high-end restaurants. Highly recommend you check out Jolie. It's French inspired food. They have a dining area on the roof so you can get a nice view of Person Street. Really, really cool. And last but not least, on Person Street, there's of course the Krispy Kreme in Raleigh. Has a giant hot now sign, and everyone knows when that sign goes on, you need to go run to Krispy Kreme because they've got some really fresh, amazing donuts there. In the number 6 position, we have Hayes Barton, 5 Points area. Homes in this area are currently averaging around $1,730,000. This area is just north of downtown, just inside the I-440 Beltline. It's centered around the historic 5 Points intersection where Glenwood Avenue, Fairview Road, and Whitaker Mill Road all intersect. And what's it like in this area? Well, there's a historic mix of subdivisions developed from the 1940s to the 1950s, including Hayes Barton, Bloomsbury, Georgetown, Vanguard Park, and Roanoke Park. This is a very, very walkable area. And it also has quite a few new construction homes. Those teardowns we told you about a few minutes ago are also happening here in the Hayes-Barton area. Home styles in this area include craftsman bungalows, mid-century modern homes, and generally fairly traditional looking homes. Home prices in the area range from around $500,000 to well over $3 million. Again, there's that new construction impact that we're seeing from the teardowns. Features in this area, this is really great for someone who wants to buy a more traditional older home and likes the idea of walking to the shops and restaurants in the Five Points area. And speaking of all those shops and restaurants, some of the more prominent landmarks in this area include the Hayes-Barton Cafe and Dessertery, Lily's Pizza, Nofo with the Pig, the Rialto Theater, and the Third Place Coffee Shop. Next up in the number 5 position, we have the ITB North neighborhood area in Raleigh. Home prices are currently coming in at $1,880,000 on average. This area is located north of downtown Raleigh, but south of the 440 Beltline. Technically speaking, this area is several smaller neighborhoods clustered together into one area. What's it like? Well, this is a very, very beautiful area. Has lots of really nice luxury homes that tend to be larger than what we showed you in the Five Points or Mordecai areas. Land is typically a little bit larger, the lots are typically a little bit larger, and therefore when they do a teardown, they can accommodate a larger home on those lots. People love living in this area because you can get to downtown Raleigh or North Hills shopping complex in about 5 to 10 minutes, no matter where you live in ITB North. As far as home styles go, again, homes tend to be a little bit larger than more of the other areas of downtown Raleigh. And it's a mix of older homes and teardowns and new construction homes. It's really an eclectic mix. You have Tudors, modern, you have traditional homes. Pretty much any style you can imagine is in ITB North, with home prices ranging from about $700,000 up to over $4 million. Who is this area great for? Well, definitely for someone who wants a larger home on a larger lot and still be in the downtown Raleigh area. As well, a really great feature is that the neighborhood is relatively quiet, even though you're super close to everything going on in downtown Raleigh and in North Hills. Prominent landmarks in this neighborhood include the Mandolin Restaurant, Idle Hour Coffee Roasters, which is right next door to Mandolin, and the Carolina Country Club is right in the heart of ITB North. Plus, as we said, North Hills Shopping and Dining Complex is about 5 to 10 minutes away, and downtown Raleigh is about 5 minutes away. Also, Costco and Wegmans is in this area, along with several other shops and restaurants. A couple of our favorite restaurants are in this area as well. Glenwood Grill, been there a very long time, and Napa Restaurant and Wine Bar has just opened in the last couple of months. We just recently went to this Napa restaurant. Absolutely amazing, highly recommended. And again, this is in the ITB North area. Next up in the number 4 position, we have the Northridge neighborhood, where average home prices are currently coming in just a touch over $2 million. This neighborhood is located in North Raleigh, pretty much midway between the I-440 Beltline and the I-540 Outer Loop. So what is this neighborhood like? Well, it's a well-established, affluent golf course community centered around the Northridge Country Club. It's blending suburban tranquility with the convenience of urban amenities. Again, we said it's located midway between I-440 and I-540. There's an absolute ton of stuff to do in that area, and with Northridge being right there in the middle, it makes it super convenient to get to most anywhere in North Raleigh and even parts beyond. Homes in this neighborhood tend to be a mix of older homes, established homes from the 70s and 80s, and brand new construction mansions and mini mansions as a result of the teardowns that have happened in this neighborhood. So who is this neighborhood perfect for? Well, it's great for someone who loves golf, but also wants the conveniences of being sort of midway in the North Raleigh area. What are home styles like in this area? Again, a mix of homes from the 70s and 80s with the craftsman bungalows, with the ranches, the mid-century moderns, the more traditional homes that you can imagine, along with some brand new modern homes that are a result of teardowns. So it's really a mix of homes in this neighborhood. Features here include the private Northridge Country Club, which features 36 golf course holes along 2 championship courses, plus tennis courts, a fitness center, pool, and multiple dining venues. Prominent landmarks nearby include the Falls Village Shopping Center, Home Goods, Fresh Market, Winston's Grill, Cafe Tiramisu, Northside Bistro, and the list goes on and on and on. Also, Lafayette Village is very, very close by to Northridge. This is a European-themed shopping and dining destination. It's only about 5 minutes away. You have Jubala Coffee, Buongiorno's Italian, Vinos Finos Wine Bar, and many, many other shops and restaurants there in Lafayette. Also, Lifetime Fitness is nearby. This is a giant mega resort-like gym with an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, fitness classes, weights. There's even a hair salon, a massage salon, all kinds of stuff in this Lifetime. A little restaurant even. It's really, really great. We were members there for quite a few years and definitely highly recommend it if you live in Northridge or nearby. Next up in the number 3 position, we have North Hills neighborhood with an average sales price of $2,270,000 currently. So this neighborhood is located just north of I-440 along Six Forks Road. So what's this area like? Well, it's centered around the North Hills shopping and dining district with tons of shops and restaurants. This is truly a live, work, play bubble where you basically can have your office, your home, or your apartment, a ton of restaurants, a ton of shops. You can get clothes there. You can go to REI and get outdoor camping equipment. You can get your hair cut there. You can get your dry cleaning done there. There's a Walgreens drugstore for any last minute vitamins or aspirin, etc. Just about anything you could imagine is in this bubble, and it makes it super, super convenient to live in the North Hills neighborhood area. And in fact, just as a side note, we're currently helping one of our viewers from our YouTube channel here build a home in the North Hills complex, and they are absolutely head over heels excited about being able to walk not only to their kids' schools, which is right there in this bubble, but also to Starbucks and just everything that's right there, super, super convenient. So what are home styles like in this area? Well, you can expect 50s and 60s style ranches and mid-century moderns and split level homes. And then you can also expect right next door to see a $2 or $3 million super large new construction home. That's the result of one of those teardowns we mentioned earlier in this video. So features of this neighborhood, it's very, very livable, but it's also relatively dense. The developers of the North Hills complex have done a really, really good job of maximizing the land and putting a lot of buildings and services and features all packed into this area. And so that has caused a lot of people to want to come live in the area. And so that's resulted in a lot of dense, relatively dense neighborhood living, just something that you sort of trade off if you want a big giant lot. This is probably not the best place for you, but that being said, there's still some very good sized lots in North Hills, and you can get a very nice home in this area for varying different price ranges. Prominent landmarks in this neighborhood include, of course, the North Hills Dining and Shopping Complex, where you're going to find restaurants such as Capitol Grill, Vivace Italian, the New Village Tavern, and many more. There's even a Regal Cinemas movie theater here, as well as shops like Lululemon, Anthropology, Aloe, Peter Millar, the brand new Mega RH Gallery, and many, many others. This list could go on and on and on. Tons of different restaurants and shops in the North Hills area. Next up in the number 2 position, we have Avalaire, where the average sales price is coming in at around $2,900,000 currently. And so where is this neighborhood located? It is off of Durant Road in North Raleigh, just beyond Interstate 540. And so what is this neighborhood like? Well, it's a very prestigious neighborhood with rolling hills and in a very natural setting. Homes are on relatively large lots for Raleigh. It's a great, great neighborhood. We've helped a couple of really amazing families build homes in Avalaire, and we absolutely, absolutely love this neighborhood. So what are home styles like in this neighborhood? Well, these are all new construction homes. So of course, you can imagine they've been built in the last 5 or 6 years. They're fairly modern homes. You have everything from a modern Tudor to, Euro modern, and everything in between, chateaus, everything you can imagine, you're gonna find in Avalaire. So what are the features of this neighborhood? Well, you're pretty conveniently located in North Raleigh with all that North Raleigh has to offer. You can be in just a few minutes to the North Hills complex we just talked about earlier. Also, the Falls Lake recreation area is very, very close by with boating and hiking and things that you can do out in that area. Prominent landmarks in the neighborhood include, you're just minutes from the Falls Point Shopping Center where there's a Harris Teeter grocery store, Kohl's, Starbucks, dry cleaners, a Taylor's, and many, many others. Plus the European-inspired Lafayette Village we mentioned a bit ago. And last but not least in this area, there's Taylor's Wine Shop and gas station. Yes, you have to go see this. If you're into wine, you definitely need to go to Taylor's. It is our favorite wine shop in the Raleigh area and definitely one of the most unique. It's located inside a BP gas station with amazing wines of all different price ranges, from very, 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 very high end to everyday wines. Super, super cool. And before we get to the #1 neighborhood in Raleigh, North Carolina, if you are interested in any of these neighborhoods, contact us at the information below. We are experts in new construction, happy to help you get things started to build your dream home or buy your dream home in the Raleigh area. And without further ado, the #1 most expensive neighborhood in Raleigh, North Carolina, with an average sales price of over $5.3 million, is Shadow Creek Estates. Where is Shadow Creek Estates located? Well, it's next door to Avalaire, so it's just off of Durant Road, just above 540 in North Raleigh. So what is this neighborhood like? Well, it's sitting on 61 acres of rolling natural terrain. There's only 31 home sites in this neighborhood, so you can imagine the lots are fairly large. There's also a good number of prominent people that live in this neighborhood, namely one of the Carolina Hurricanes from our pro NHL hockey team live in Shadow Creek. The community features some, as I said, very natural terrain with rolling hills, a creek. There's even 15 acres of communal natural landscaping that's been set apart in this neighborhood. So what are home styles like in this neighborhood? Well, the best way to describe them is modern yet timeless architectural styles. Homes blend French, English cottage, and modern traditional styles with premium materials. Expect to see stone, cedar, slate, copper, and limestone accents all throughout this neighborhood. Home sizes range from around 5,000 square feet all the way up to over 14,000 square feet in Shadow Creek. Features of this neighborhood: lots of mature landscaping, even though this is a relatively new neighborhood that's been only around the last 2 to 3 years. This neighborhood is perfect for people who prioritize space, high quality materials, community feel, and elegance, and are willing to pay the high prices to achieve all of these goals. Prominent neighborhood features are, as we said, with Avalaire, the Falls Point Shopping Center, which is super, super close nearby, as well as the Lafayette European Shopping Dining District. And of course, you're super close to Interstate 540, so you can get to the airport very, very quickly. You can go down Falls of Neuse and get to the Costco quickly, as well as the North Hills area. Just a ton of great opportunities when you live in Shadow Creek Estates. It is truly one of the most preeminent neighborhoods in the entire Triangle area, if not in the entire state of North Carolina. So if any of these neighborhoods, or really any neighborhoods in the Raleigh Triangle area, interest you, contact us at the information below. We would love to guide you through the process of buying or building your next home in the Raleigh area. Check out this video. We think you're really gonna like this one as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.